see some flights of Ireland.
I was going to say there's lots of videos.
Yeah, right. So chronic pain, a revolutionary new method that works, Z-Acu-Therapy. So first of all, I just wanted to do an overview, talk about pain and why it occurs, the impact of pain on our lives, types of pain, different types of pain, Z-Acu-Therapy, and what it would mean to have life without pain. So pain, just in a general definition, we could say is the physical feeling caused by disease, injury, or something that hurts the body. Pain basically signals to the body that something is wrong. So obviously when we have pain, it's the body's way of protecting itself. It's the body's way of saying stop. And usually if we listen to that, you know, that's the best thing. Sometimes we don't listen to that though, and we keep going even though the body is telling us to stop. And of course that creates more problems. It can result from different things, but firstly from an injury or trauma. Maybe you've actually fallen and banged your knee, or you have repetitive strain injury from working on a computer, or some specific event that you injured yourself or received some trauma to the head or something like that. And of course when the pain goes beyond 6 months, we consider it chronic. And sometimes with chronic pain we don't even know why it is there or when it started. We can't even identify when did this begin. I have this sore shoulder and I didn't actually do anything that I can remember, but it's there, it's been there forever. So we might call that chronic pain. But pain can also arise from imbalances or pain blockages. And worries and fears and life in general can cause stress. And stress actually impacts the mind. And the mind is very impacted by our stress because it changes the hormones within the body or the chemistry within the body. So when we're stressed, the mind gets stressed, that shifts everything, the hormones, and that creates a lot of imbalances. And those imbalances can lead to stagnation or what we call pain blockages. It's basically an interruption in the flow of energy or blood in your body. And the Chinese call that energy qi, or at the energy pathways, meridians. And so we could look at our body as like a superhighway system, and we've got all these highways, which the Chinese call meridians within the body. And in the same way as you get a traffic jam in the superhighway, you can get a jam in the meridians within your body or a blockage. And so that creates problems just as it does in the highway. We can't get things moving, they're stuck, they're blocked, causes problems. And so we want that flow of energy within our superhighway, within the body, to be unblocked and flowing well, to be free of pain. And obviously it's amazingly difficult to have a life that is full of chronic pain, as you were telling Jennifer at some of your experience. And I don't know if you want to share anything about your own experience of pain, or...
I have fibromyalgia, and right now it's okay.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had, the periods where the pain and the fatigue sets in for like a week, and, I'm doing things like crawling upstairs because I can't walk, and, stuff like that. So, I've been there.
So you know all about it. Yeah, yeah. So, well, lots of ways, and I know you both know about this. It restricts our movements, our ability to do exercise sometimes, so that we gain weight, irritable, tired, even depressed, and for some, insomnia, because the pain keeps us up at night, so it can create insomnia for some people. And of course, if we're tired and fatigued, that can impact our relationships with our kids, or with less patience, or with our family, or our productivity, whether it be at home or at work. The work that we get done, how productive we can be. So obviously pain impacts our life a lot. So types of pain, the first on top there, we're talking about somatic pain, That's like pain in the tendons, the muscles, the soft tissue, the fascia, like that. And then there's pain due to nerve damage, neuropathic pain. And then over here on the right-hand side, we're talking a bit more visceral pain or internal organ pain, pain that relates to the internal organs or the internal part of the body. So just to clarify, the Z-Acu-Therapy pretty much works on this top one, on the somatic pain. Not so much on the nerve pain and not so much in the internal organ pain, although I absolutely can tell you where to go if you have the visceral internal organ pain. I know where you can get help with that for sure. So Z-Acu-Therapy is a unique form of acupressure, and you've probably heard of acupuncture where they use needles. Z-Acu-Therapy has no needles, there's just the use of the thumbs. We only use the thumbs. It is based on what we call holographic theory, and I'm going to talk about that just in a minute. It works on the energy pathways or the meridians of the body. It provides usually immediate pain relief. It's usually long-lasting or even permanent relief. We've had lots of people who tell us the pain didn't come back. I mean, that can be true for lots of different conditions. Things like arthritis are a little different because they get into more of a pain management situation. So it's gentle, non-invasive, as I said, there's no needles involved. Chemical free, so we don't, it's all natural, we don't need to use any medications or anything like that. And we usually get results. This is Dr. Zhang. Dr. Zhang is the founder and creator of Z-Acu-Therapy, and Z-Acu-Therapy stands for Zhang's Acu-Therapy. And the Acu is the acupressure, so that's where the Z comes from. Dr. Zhang is a very renowned Chinese medicine doctor. He has taught over half the acupuncturists in Austin, and he comes from a long line, a lineage of, in his family tradition of Chinese medicine. He has spoken at the United Nations. He's very esteemed in this field. And he actually won the highest award in Chinese medicine called the Huang Di Award for what we call his microsystems theory. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute, but that is the basis of Z-Acu-Therapy. It's based on Dr. Zhang's microsystems theory, on which he won this major award. So just talking a little more about how it works. Again, as we said already, it works on the energy pathways or the meridians of the body. And holographic theory, basically the organs are actually, although they're independent, they're also connected with each other. And if you do some work on one organ, it can affect other organs. And holographic systems, there are many holographic systems within the body. Right now in Chinese medicine, they've identified at least two, which is the ear. You might have heard of ear acupuncture, and the feet. And so basically the ear represents everywhere in the human body, so that there are places in the ear that represent your knee and your hip and your head, and by stimulating these areas, it sends a message to correct the area that has the problem. So Dr. Zhang actually, he discovered 20 microsystems or holographic systems within the body, and that's what he won the award for. And this is again the basis of the Z-Acu-Therapy. So when we do Z-Acu-Therapy, we work directly on the area of pain to promote circulation and remove the blockage. So if you have, say you have a sore lower back, so what I'll do is I'll go right with my thumb and work right on that area that's causing the pain. But it's very gentle, it's very different from massage, very different from trigger point. Sometimes people think it's this trigger point because we're using the thumbs, but it's a different technique, a different method. And what the Z-Acu-Therapy does is it moves, the area is usually inflamed in the tissues or in the tendons or even the muscles. And that helps to clear the area of the inflammation and what's blocking it, the pain blockage basically, so that you're not feeling the pain anymore. And then also, we stimulate a closely related holographic system or holographic area within the body, and that helps to correct the problem. That actually sends a message to all the holographic systems within the body to correct it. So not only are you, like we're picking an area that's related to your lower back, when you stimulate that holographic area, it sends a message to all the holographic areas. Hey, through the energy pathways, like it's like, hey, you know, let's get together and correct this problem in the lower back. And so you have this kind of team of workers correcting the problem. And yeah, like I said, when we work on one key holographic system, then all the other systems respond through the energy meridians. Here's an example of some of the areas that we work on. The back, it can be lower back or anywhere really on the back. The hands and feet, could be plantar fasciitis or just sore feet in general, or on the hands, maybe someone's injured their hands, or we have arthritis sometimes, knees, shoulders, could be injuries, just chronic pain in general, tennis elbow, hip pain, Achilles tendon, neck pain. Oh, and this is just, I guess this is just a testimonial of one of our patients who came for a pain in her hand. She's actually bakes cakes, and I don't know if you've seen her. It's a lot on Facebook, but it's called the Cake Diva. And she injured her hand, and she had to make like a several $1,000 cake on the Monday, and she panicked on Saturday because she couldn't use her hand. She said she was going to have to stop making cakes because she couldn't use it. Anyway, I'll let you hear what she has to say.
Hi, my name is Christy Seguin. I am the rock and roll cake diva of Austin, Texas. And I want to tell you about an amazing woman who literally saved my livelihood. Teresa Frease is amazing. She's with Z-Acu-Therapy. I literally had lost use of my right hand. I had so much pain in through here that I tried to pick up a mixing bowl and it fell on the counter. I was trying to squeeze an icing bag and I couldn't even get the icing out of the bag. I had completely lost the use of my right hand. And all those crazy fancy cakes that I make come from the right hand. So I called Teresa up. Within 2 hours, she has me in her office and she's working on my hand. One treatment, the pain was gone and it hasn't come back. I haven't had any problems since. My hand has been perfect, and Teresa literally did the most amazing thing for me, which is literally to save my business, because if I can't use my hands, I can't make those cakes. So thank you, Teresa. What you did for me just meant the world.
So that was Christy. She's pretty loud.
Sounds like she wants sugar.
Yeah, she's been eating some of that cake. And so, but you know, it's not always one session. I mean, that was fortunate. We actually kind of did a double session. We kind of did a long time with her hand, but some things just take longer to do these sessions, but not that long, you know, if it's going to work. So this is just another example of someone. This is someone from Lakeway who came, and she had limited mobility in her shoulder and upper back, and it was bothering her because she likes to do workouts, and she has weekly workouts that she goes to, and with Camp Gladiator, I think. Have you heard of Camp Gladiator? Oh, you do? Yeah. Okay. And so she really likes that, and she wasn't able to do her workouts, and she figured out that it was, well, we figured out that it was tendonitis. It was in the tendons, and Z-Acu-Therapy is pretty good for tendons, tendonitis. And she had tried a number of different modalities, but nothing had worked. And her personal trainer had recommended Z-Acu-Therapy for her. And she came, and I think we just had 3 or 4 sessions, and she got complete mobility back in her arm and could participate 100% in our workouts. So that's just another example. We have numerous examples of people who've had good results with Z-Acu-Therapy. So of course, when pain is relieved, this is what we want to see. You know, we can exercise freely and feel more energy, healthier, we can be healthier and happier. Our relationships go with work, our families can all improve, we can be more productive, we can get a good night's sleep, which is a problem for a lot of people, and we can live the life that we've imagined for ourselves. So, pretty much. Oh yeah, we have 3 programs of Z-Acu-Therapy. Just so you know, if you're talking to your friends, we have for pain, chronic and acute pain. We have a program for stress and a program for insomnia as well. And it's a different form of acupressure. I'm not kind of doing pressure points with the thumb. It's a whole unique method of using different techniques and movements devised by Dr. John for both stress and insomnia. They're similar kinds of programs, but stress is without the insomnia aspect. So we can do the program for people with insomnia. Insomnia is really related to stress, actually, very, very related to stress. And then we can do the one that people are sleeping okay, but they're under a lot of stress, which is probably most of the population are under stress in some form or another. So those are the 3 programs that we offer. And this is, of course, if we had more people, we could, just wanted to let people know how to follow up if they wanted to. And here's my phone number and email, website, it's also on the card. And this is where we do Z-Acu-Therapy. It's at Oak Hill Healing Arts. And that's on Old Leaf Caves Road. Do you know where that is?
That's Natural Gardener.
Natural Gardener, yeah. So you just go down a little further past the Natural Gardener. It's on the right-hand side. And there's an acupuncturist in there who owns the center, the healing center. There's a couple of different acupuncturists there, and massage therapist, and I do the Z-Acu-Therapy there as well. Okay. Any questions?
Well, can you tell us a little bit about
your history?
Yes, your history and your experience with it yourself?
Absolutely. I forgot to do that. Well, over 20 years ago, before I ever came to live in the U.S., I came here on a visit with some friends. We were in New Jersey, and I was walking along a beach, and there was a big drain pipe, one of those great big drain pipes, and it was like all the way along this way, and I thought, well, I'm not going to walk all the way around, so I'll just climb over. And so I put my foot to climb over this big drain pipe, and I slipped like that, and I just went head over heels over the drain pipe, and banged this area, and it was very painful. And I went home to Ireland after that, and I kind of waited until I got home, and I went to the doctor, and he gave me a cortisone shot, and that really didn't do a whole lot, and I really didn't find anything that made it better, and I kind of just put up with it for over 20 years, and it wasn't like debilitating, but it was that kind of thing that just wears you down, especially when you're tired, and it's like you're just not comfortable, and it would be like that. And it was getting like that 4 years ago when we moved to Austin, and I went to see my teacher, Dr. John, and he did Z-Acu-Therapy on this. We had several sessions, and the pain went away, and so I haven't had that pain there since at all.
So about how many sessions did it take?
For this, he must have done 7 or 8 sessions.
Okay.
Yeah, for that, and that's almost the most of something. Most of the time it's not done in 8 sessions. It's probably not going to, unless we've done 8 sessions and it's almost there or something.
Right,
we know it's
right.
working, but usually it's working within the first 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. You can tell it's getting, the relief is there and it's progressing. It's getting better. I mean, sometimes it's even just 1 session, and sometimes just 2 sessions, and sometimes it just needs more. I mean, I have had people come in with injury just from computers here, and it's been gone in 2 sessions, and they've maybe tried some other, they'd tried some other modality for 3 months and it hadn't worked, and then so that kind of thing we can find. And so my own experience was that it was just wearing me down. It was always there. It was worse when I was tired, and especially on the computer. And so then that I haven't had that at all since he did that. And so I was very excited about Z-Acu-Therapy when I got the opportunity to learn from Dr. John.